I think the main thing that I want to say to parents or caregivers when their learner gets behind on their badge plan is to not worry, is to not be stressed. There's a temptation to think that behind is bad, that behind is not preferable. But to be honest with you, sometimes learners need to be behind. Sometimes learners actually are wrestling with something in a discipline or in a project, and they actually need to wrestle with that for a while. And in the wrestling is where some of the deepest, greatest learning actually happens. And if we step in and try and solve for that in their stead, we're going to take away an opportunity for them to shoulder the responsibility for their own learning.
On one side, I've seen parents take a step back and literally let the learner figure it out. The other avenue is to come alongside and help them figure it out and help them get back on track. But when they get so far behind, we put them on a pacing plan. It's kind of stating like where you would end up per session per year if you decided to do this amount of work.
So asking them what their goals are every Monday. What are you working on this week? And then check with them on Friday. So that thing that you're working on this week, how'd it go? Those weekly check-ins provide some touch points for you to move along with your learner. Also at the parent level is thinking through what motivations can I help my learner tap into? What kind of extrinsic motivators can I brainstorm with my learner about to help them want to achieve, to help them want to knock out their goals and be proud of what they're accomplishing?
What we have seen is that once they have been called out for saying, hey, I'm behind, they kind of self-correct a little bit. They start to sit apart from their friends. They start to say, hey, I'm not gonna go to recess. I need to finish this. And to see that from a 10-year-old is amazing. So we try to stay in communication with parents when we do see that they're falling behind, and then we just continue to talk to them every check-in, every week. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are we going to do to get to where we need to be?
Multiple times every year, we will send an email to parents, letting them know if their learner is behind, on track, or ahead. Because of the education experience we've had as adults in our childhood, when we get an email, myself included, my own children, an email that says, your learner's behind, there's a temptation there to worry. And in reality, the intent of that email is actually to have a great conversation. It's to talk about why they are where they're at, what's led them to be at that spot, and what does it make them think? And what are their goals moving forward? And we, as a school, we're agnostic. We're agnostic specifically about whether or not learners are behind, on track, or ahead, because we believe there's no such thing as average. And so we let parents and learners make that decision themselves.